Hi, this video is an addendum to the Fear and Faith Meditation number 3 video, and it's called I Can. I just wanted to add, and I'll be doing a few videos actually addressing fears because it's such a big issue in our society. The I Can for today is about really thinking about what you can do versus what you can't do. Again, having counseled so many people, I hear the I can't a lot. And in therapy and in counseling, it's to help the person see where there's distortions. And, often it comes from family, media, friends, and just messages that you kind of recorded in your head when you were a kid, and then they perpetuate into adulthood, which is the I can't. And they've also, they meaning everybody has heard other people say I can't, I can't, or you can't. And so that just becomes solidified and recorded in our heads. So I want to talk about I can, but first let's address I can't. When we go into fear, or we're not even realizing we're in fear, and we have these messages that I can't. So, for instance, when I was, preparing for my amputation surgery, I imagined the I can'ts. I won't be able to, but I'll say it as I can't. I can't hike again. I can't walk on the beach with bare feet again. I can't jump out of bed to run to the bathroom. I won't be able to date again. Who will want to date someone, who's an amputee? I can't, right? Those things flashed through my head because I'm a normal human being. And faced with, an amputation, the I can'ts flooded my head, right? And then I quickly, because that's the way I kind of think about things, reversed those and focused on what I could do. I will be able to walk again, which then, of course, turned into I can walk again. I will be able to hike again. And the truth is I can, with modifications, with practice, and it takes work, but it is an I can. I could bask in what I used to be able to do, but where does that get me? Does this get, as per the last video, it would keep me stuck. So I don't allow myself to stay in that, because then that's me being in a car without a driver. I'm the driver, and I can do it. I can do it slowly. I can do it with a crutch if I need to. I can do it with assistance. I can modify the hikes that I'll do and work up to bigger hikes. I can. And there were many, again, I can't moments turned into I can. I can date again, even though I didn't know what it would be like dating as an amputee. And I read in the amputee groups, many people in fear-based mode saying they can't date either. And the truth is I can, and I did. And then I have a boyfriend now. So, because I was not limiting myself by the I can'ts, I only allowed myself to think of the distortion for a moment, and whenever it flashed through my head, I'd say it and it almost sounded ridiculous when I'd say it out loud, and then I'd be like, okay, I got that fear out, and now it's time to move forward again, because there's infinite possibilities and opportunities, and we just don't see those when we're in fear-based mode. So I can do many things. I can live my life and live it fully as an amputee. And so whatever your limitation may be, you may be focusing on the I can't, but really start to question those I can'ts. And remember, there's lots of I cans. What can you do? No matter what your limitation is, you can still do things. I have read stories, such inspiring stories, of people who are even more limited than being an amputee or even having cancer. I mean, paralyzed from the neck down, and they still can do things. Or blind. And Helen Keller, think of all that she was able to achieve. So we can't be limited by the I can'ts. We're limitless when we say I can. So today's message is about I can. And so whatever your situation is, I really want you to think about all the I cans. What can you do? Or what will you do? Or what will you try? And again, rather than, I tried to hike last summer, and it was very hard, and I could only get It was at one of my favorite hikes in the Adirondack Mountains. And I could only really get maybe about 15 to 20 minutes in or so. And that hike used to be really pretty easy for me. And it was very humbling and very hard for me to only get to a certain place and then realize I'm not yet able to, with the prosthetic I had and with my ability at that time, to climb the whole mountain. But I did what I could, and I got out of there, and I got in the car, and I felt like, wow, I didn't get to the top of that mountain today, but I will one day. And I really felt good about being on the trail again. And it really put me in perspective as to where my abilities were at that point and what kind of prosthetic I might need in the future to help me get to the top of that mountain. But it's still there waiting for me. The mountain is there, and I'm continuing to work on my abilities to get me stronger so that hopefully one day I will be at the top of that mountain. It's just going to take practice. So I'm not going to sit and ruminate over what I used to be able to do. It would just keep me in the past and keep me stuck. So I'm moving forward, and one step at a time, and so can you. So today, the message is I can. Think of all the I cans. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time.